Neat. Rivals for decades, these two have competed in video games, television shows, and comics. I'm LittleZbot.
And I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, you're not.
And today we're going to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win in a fan-made, non-profit...
Mamma mia! Hello everyone, I'm LittleZbot. Just last week, we celebrated our 10th anniversary and 500th video. It was our biggest project to date, so it's only natural we'd follow it up with something even harder to make. Announced literally 1 month after Hollow Knight Silksong, this Mario vs. Sonic death battle is finally ready. And not like in the way it was ready in every LittleZbot direct. We mean it's coming out in 2 days. Yeah, it's really ready this time. We're all wrapped up. Mario and Sonic aren't scheduled for any big releases in the next couple of days, and Bowser vs. Eggman isn't out yet, so it should be accurate for around 36 hours. Before me jump into other things, I might want to clarify what took so long here. And by me, I mean the royal me, we. I introduce my brother, who has recently legally changed his name to Evilgrapez. We'd appreciate it if you would instead call him by his new username, Dain.
Alright then. Hello everyone! I know it's been a really long time, but it's great to talk to you all again, share the new things both of us have been working on. Me and Joseph have been working away at this video specifically since 2018. It's been a disgustingly long time, and it's worth clarifying that this isn't going to look like a video that's had 6 years of work put into it.
What actually happened is, we just got stuck in development hell. The death battle is the most complex LittleZbot video, the most high budget, and needed the most custom work made for it. On top of that, it had to be constantly revamped as new information came to light and opinions changed. Mario and Sonic aren't static franchises, and have had significant new entries since we started working on this, including new films for both of them. Heck, death battle itself isn't a static concept either anymore. The tone and analysis style have changed drastically, and we've had to change with it.
There were several times when everything was in place and I could just work on editing. But with all the moving parts, on top of having to balance my schoolwork and the channel's already existing video schedule, it was impossible. When progress was made, it would be undone by the nature of the video and we would have to restart. At some point, we just stopped working on it for a bit to figure out what we were going to even do about the project.
Dain is graduated now, and we've been away for quite some time. We managed to pull together and, with a lot of crunch, finally make it happen. Although it's not 6 years of work, it's still very significant. As you've seen, we have full sprite animation for the battle that's been ready for some years, though of course things naturally changed as the research did. We have custom graphics by Flunky GPU, and the battle has a full original score by Dain.
It features a medley of over 20 different songs from both franchises, arranged by myself, and will be available shortly on YouTube after the episode is released. This actually wasn't in our original plans, but we expanded to include it as this took longer and longer.
Needless to say, we're both really excited and relieved to be able to show this. The video comes out in just 2 days, and we would really like it if you checked it out.
When I say this is the most absurdly high-scale LittleZbot video ever, I mean it. It's crazy, really crazy. I'm exhausted, and we are never doing something like this again.
Also, you might have noticed in the trailer that Kenobi will not be fulfilling his previously announced role as co-host, and Dain will be taking over for the role of Kenobi. That's because when we called him up to do the latest re-recording, this happened.
Hello.
Hey Seth, how you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Yeah, pretty good. Hey, so we need another recording of that death battle thing.
Okay.
When? You know, about 5-ish minutes from now.
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I should be able to do that, but I do have a question first.
Yeah.
What's up?
You guys have seen Alien, right?
I have.
Yeah, what about it?
How did they kill it?
So, he seems busy.
We have a lot more to announce and talk about. As we hinted at the end of our last video, the channel is changing. Fundamentally, we're going to be doing things differently around here.
After over half the channel's lifespan, we're finally retiring the video schedule. Videos won't come out twice a week, weekly, bi-weekly, anything like that anymore. They'll come out when they're ready, and when we feel like uploading them.
The channel really suffocated multiple times trying to keep up with the schedule, which you probably know if you've been following us from how many random lengthy breaks we would take. It ultimately just wasn't necessary. We gave up on wanting to reach algorithms livelihood and success a long time ago.
By giving it up, we're giving ourselves freedom to make videos on the scale we want, both higher and lower than before. There were a lot of random ideas and projects we wanted to do before, but couldn't because the schedule wouldn't allow for it. The Death Battle was literally one of those. The only difference is, we announced it anyway.
No more mistakes like that. And on the theme of channel freedom,
don't misunderstand, we're not retiring gameplay videos. But even recently before our hiatus, you can see us playing with the idea of getting rid of the format in what we called alternative gaming videos. There's no real reason why, yeah, that's safe, is different from a mini-play, other than we didn't want to label it as one.
but we were also hesitant to do a lot of really short videos or really long ones because we weren't sure how to categorize them. Mini plays always have been big into that sort of 10 to 20 minute videos focusing on a single game, and we just want to not worry about it anymore. We'll keep doing gameplay, but the longest running series in LittleZbot history is officially retired.
I mean, as of that April Fool's Day video that no one watched. This also gives us new freedom to call the videos whatever we want, which I'm sure you know can only be a good thing. Regardless, we now have full freedom and control over the videos we get to make. We want to branch out and do more fun experimental things. Think of projects like the Orange Soda Taste Test. Fun stuff that no longer needs to fit in anywhere.
We're not throwing this out into the air randomly and casually. We have been recording, we have been working, and we've been making stuff, and a lot of that is going to fall into these categories. Ultimately, it's probably better for everyone.
And on the theme of things that are better for everyone, get ready to have everything you love taken away from you with the Centennial LittleZbot Purge. And by everything you love, we mean everything we hate. The first several years of our content have been nuked.
No, not nuked. They're still there. It's just now you have to actually look for it to watch it.
Let me explain. We started this channel when we were literal children. And I don't mean what other YouTubers say when they go, "Ah, yeah, I was 16. I mean literal children around 8 and 10. LittleZbot has also been a document for our personal growth over the years. And while that might be interesting, it also reveals many parts of us that we don't care for anymore. Beliefs were shared that we no longer hold. Jokes were made at the expense of others that we no longer agree with. It expands beyond cringing at your younger self to actually being defamatory in many places.
We previously talked about how we don't take down videos and leave them up as a record for how we've changed. This policy really came into scrutiny when we lost new and exciting opportunities due to content that was nearly a decade old. There were bridges burned that didn't need to be, and if the stuff we had up was hurtful, there's no reason we can't remove the spike.
Also, we were just generally cringy. There's old stuff we don't want seen anymore because we've just embarrassed ourselves. We don't want someone to watch one of our latest videos and then have YouTube recommend our Luigi's Mansion Let's Play. And that being said, we still don't believe in pretending none of that ever happened, and the videos still carry memories that are important to people who aren't us, so we've come up with a solution.
Right now, we are releasing the playlist hub as a video, without pushing it to subscription feeds. You can go to the channel and check it out. The video will contain a brief summary of what we just said, and links to the unlisted playlists where content by Let's Plays and year will be found in the description and a pinned comment. If you have an urge to watch This Is Why We Are Brains, now you know where to go. And of course, comments are still available on them, and you can put them in your own playlists.
We did not take this decision lightly. We were considering it very carefully and debated what to do over several months, presenting multiple solutions. We think this is what's best for everyone involved, and everyone not involved.
So, I admit, none of this so far has necessarily been positive news, just necessarily necessary. But we think this is overall the best thing for our channel, and it gives us the room to do cool stuff, like this.
Long after the rest of the internet has moved on from Let's Plays, so have we. But we still have the urge to play full games, so our solution is the same one as many others: Supercuts. Think of it like an entire edited Let's Play smooshed into one video.
Whenever we felt the urge to go back to one of our old and yet more recent Let's Plays, such as Kirby Star Allies, both me and Joseph often found that instead of watching the original playthrough, we mostly just want to watch the highlights video over and over. We even remarked with ourselves that the highlights are better than the Let's Plays. So the question came up, why don't we just only make highlight videos?
Obviously, Supercuts of this style cover more ground and more of our playthrough than a simple highlights video would. But it's the same concept. Clips of our playthrough are strung together to form a full story. If you're having trouble visualizing it, there are countless other gaming channels that do this. Just check out AlphaRad or RT Game.
This once again opens up even more doors for us. We don't just have to restrict ourselves to covering games that are less than 12 hours. We can basically play whatever we want to. Maybe it becomes a short-term video, maybe it becomes a supercut, or maybe it becomes something else entirely, but most of the time we will actually get to do something with it, which wasn't always an option before.
A good example is our unreleased Mario Party videos. Do you remember the second Mario Party month that never happened? We actually played so much Mario Party we didn't know what to do with it all. Now we do! In time, videos and games like that will also become supercuts.
As mentioned, these are longer videos. They'll be timestamped so you don't have to worry about watching them in one sitting. And also, in the interest of making these both possible and bearable to watch, the editing will be very relaxed. They'll still be edited and hopefully kept on a good pace, but the amount of wild screen covering effects we use will be severely limited, and it will make these much easier to make. And also because we want to put more focus on the game itself rather than exclusively us. Our hyperactive editing style was once ahead of its time, but now it's the unfortunate norm. It seems impossible to get a break from it, so like every competent YouTuber, we're gonna go hard against the curve.
We're actually pretty excited about these and can't wait to show off some of what we've recorded. In fact, here's a teaser for one of our upcoming supercuts. The Wonderland games always deserved better treatment from us. You may have noticed that in the Purge, almost all of our Wonderland content also left, even when it wasn't covered by the years we were purging. The unfortunate reality is we're one of the top Wonderland YouTubers out there, and our content had rarely been respectful or enjoyable to watch.
We want to present a solution instead of just throwing out the baby, a brand new playthrough with a fresh start that will hopefully do far more justice to the game that defined our childhoods.
Hopefully when people look up this game on YouTube, we won't have to hide our faces anymore. If you were someone who was previously put off by our Wonderland content, good job.
The Wonderland Adventures Supercut will be ready eventually, and once again, the Death Battle in 2 days. The rest of October will be dedicated to behind-the-scenes Death Battle content, and on Halloween, we plan to release the very first Supercut. After that, uploads will be sporadic, but still gaming related.
We know every YouTuber says this, but seriously, you should turn on notifications. Now that we have no consistent schedule, you won't have any idea when we upload. But we will be uploading, I promise. LittleZbot is in its final stage, but that just means we'll keep going until we're bored, which hopefully won't be for a good long while yet.
It's been a seriously long time since you've heard from us, but we really are posting again. We'll see you very soon. Thank you for your support.